The Jake Asman Show will begin shortly. Thanks to all these great Patreon members who help support the show. Get your super chats ready. Jake will be here in just a moment. If you love the New York Jets, this is the place to be. And now, the Jake Asman Show.
ESPN has a new report on two options for the Jets at quarterback. One involves trading all the way up to number one. The other involves signing Justin Fields. We'll talk about both reports, plus another round, another matchup in ASMANIAC Madness will get underway. It's the Jake Asman Show. Let's hit it and get it started. Man, our Jets are primed to win another offseason, baby.
I wanted this job. Put your seatbelts on and get ready for the ride. And I'm ready for it. It's all about the Jets. This is bigger than me. I look forward to this. We're the freaking New York Jets. We're built for this.
We bleed Jets green each and every day. Will the playoff drought finally end? Kings of the offseason, baby. This is what we do. At least we have Garrett Wilson. We have Breece Hall. Please subscribe and hit the like button below. Super chats, baby. Cut the line. We have Sauce Gardner. We have Quinn Williams. Prepare to be underdogs. Now it's time to talk all things New York Jets. It's the Jake Asman Show. Here we go on a Sunday. Welcome in, everybody. Click that like button and make sure that you are subscribed to the channel. Reminder, get on the Patreon if you're not already on there. It includes bonus shows with your membership, Discord access. You will receive 20% off all merch items and a heck of a lot more. Plus, if you join the Patreon and sign up for the year, you'll save 15% on your membership, and you get 10 entries into the next ASMANIAC raffle, which features a signed Curtis Martin helmet, a signed Darrelle Revis helmet, and a signed Don Maynard helmet. Those are the top three items in this upcoming week's ASMANIAC raffle. All right, a lot to talk about. Let's first talk about the first of two instances where the Jets were mentioned in an insider's report put together by Jeremy Fowler and Dan Graziano of ESPN. So, the first aspect where the Jets are mentioned is Dan Graziano saying that, quote, the Jets are among the teams believed to be interested in moving up to the number one overall pick. Now, it really depends what you want to believe, because we had Ian Rappaport on this very show from the NFL Network last week when I was at the Combine, and he said that the Jets, according to him, were not one of the teams that he's heard that were interested in moving all the way up to number one. Now, he did say that doesn't mean they aren't interested, but he hadn't heard it at that time. So maybe from that time to now, Graziano, with his sources, he heard that the Jets are, in fact, interested in moving up to number one. But look, the Jets should be interested in trading up. They don't have a quarterback. Simple as that. You don't have a quarterback, and the quarterbacks in this draft class are expected to go in the top 5, and you're at pick 7, you should be interested and moving up. Here's the reality, though. Just because you're interested doesn't mean that it's the wise move to do it or that the Jets are actually going to do it. The only way you move up to number one overall is if you have the ultimate conviction that the guy you're trading up for is going to be a franchise quarterback. Because if he is, you don't care about the cost to move up to number one. You need a quarterback. But if you have doubts if the guy you're trading up for is going to be a legit star quarterback in this league, then you can't do it. You got to believe fully in the player, not just as an athlete, but as someone who can handle being a franchise quarterback and the responsibilities that come with it, especially if you're going to do it in New York. So you got to believe that you're trading up for a guy who's going to be a star, not someone that's going to be pedestrian, not someone that's going to be, an above average quarterback, top 10 quarterback in the league. You're moving heaven and earth for if you're going to go up from 7 all the way to 1, period. So the Jets should definitely find out what the price is, but I find it hard to believe they're going to be the team to do it. The Giants didn't get Matthew Stafford. I could see the Giants cutting a deal with the Titans where they move from 3 to 1, and they have complete control over whatever quarterback they want to select, whether it's Cam Ward or Shedeur Sanders. And it wouldn't cost the Giants that much. They flip a couple picks. Boom, they have control of the draft. And if you're Tennessee or even Cleveland, you move back 2 spots or 1 spot, and you're guaranteed one of the blue chip players in this draft class. You move all the way back to 7 if you're Cleveland or you're Tennessee at number 1. Well, then all of a sudden, you're not guaranteed Abdul Carter. You're not guaranteed Travis Hunter. And this draft class, while it has a lot of depth, it does not have a lot of blue chippers, where last year you saw a lot of guys that you knew were going to be really good players right away. Whether it be Malik Neighbors, Marvin Harrison, Joe Alt, Olu Fashanu, all the quarterbacks. It was different a year ago. This is not that draft class. So if I'm the Titans and I'm not sold on either of these quarterbacks, I'd rather cut a deal with the Giants and the Jets. Move back to number 3. Still give yourself a chance to get Hunter or Abdul Carter. Now, maybe Tennessee looks at it and goes, we'd rather take a boatload of picks, give us an opportunity to maybe move up next year for a quarterback, or maybe Tennessee goes out there in free agency, and that's where it gets interesting. Maybe Tennessee goes out there in free agency and they sign Sam Darnold, let's say, and they plan to have him be their guy for the next 2 years. Then they might say, let's take all the picks we can get. So much about the number 1 pick conversation is contingent on what happens next week at the start of free agency. March 10th, 1 week from tomorrow, we'll start to get into that legal tampering. And that's when deals can be made. Signings can happen. It's like, that's the question you really have if you're the Jets. What are the teams in front of you do at quarterback? And does that open the door for them to be more willing to maybe listen to go from 1 or 2 down to 7? Is Cleveland going to sign Cousins? And then Cleveland's like, we'll take all the picks we can get for 2026. Then we can get out of Deshaun Watson's contract and get our quarterback then. Now, that's the question. The other aspect of this report is that Justin Fields, as I've been saying on the show all week, everyone I spoke to at the Combine has connected Fields to the Jets. Well, in the story here from ESPN, apparently Jeremy Fowler is getting the same sense that I got from talking to people as well. He wrote in the story today, quote, "The sense is Justin Fields has the edge over Russell Wilson in Pittsburgh's pecking free agent QB order. Regardless, Fields should have options. The Jets, for one, are expected to gauge his market. His skill set would fit Chip Kelly's scheme in Vegas, too." Here's the bottom line. Are the agents for Justin Fields linking the Jets to Fields for leverage, or are the Jets genuinely interested in signing Fields? Now, if Fields has a chance to stay with either the Jets or the Steelers, I'd imagine he'd want to stay where he is. He'd stay with Pittsburgh. But money talks. How aggressive are the Jets going to be for Fields if they are, in fact, interested? That's the question that we don't have the answer to. Now, I'm okay with signing Justin Fields. I don't think he's very good, but I at least see the thought process. He's young, former first-round pick. He has gotten better year over year. Maybe the Jets actually have competent offensive coaching and they can maximize his skill set, but I'm not going to get into a bidding war over Justin Fields. All right, if they can't get Justin Fields, just sign friend of the show, Jameis Winston, and have him compete with Tyrod Taylor. All right, just sign someone else that is a veteran free agent option. Maybe it's Derek Carr if he gets cut. I don't love Kirk Cousins, but I'll take him for no money over getting into a bidding war over Justin Fields. But I don't think that the Jets are going to move heaven and earth to get Fields. I really don't. Now, I'm interested in him. Maybe he can be good. I don't know. But I'm not getting into a bidding war. And this report today kind of feels like it's the Fields camp putting it out there. Hey, Pittsburgh, you better make us an offer. Justin's going to have other opportunities. That's kind of what it feels like right now. But we'll see. Maybe the Jets can sign him after all. I mean, that was the most connected name to the Jets I heard in Indy for what it's worth. But you almost wonder, when that many people are saying it, there's a reason why it's out there. Is it leverage? So we'll see. Comments, questions, super chats. We'll cut the line. We are accepting raffle entries. Asmaniac raffle number 17 is real, and it is spectacular. You want a chance to win a signed Curtis Martin Hall of Fame inscription helmet, or a signed Hall of Famer Darrelle Revis helmet, or a signed Don Maynard helmet? Now's the chance. Gift a membership for your chance to win, and we'll do another Asmaniac raffle at the end of this upcoming week. Party with Peg and Arty is in the next Asmaniac raffle for 5. Peg, Arty, way to start us off.
It's the Asmaniac membership raffle. For every membership gifted, you receive 1 ticket entered in the raffle to win epic prizes.
If you hear your name called, you're a channel member, courtesy of Peg and Arty, Ernest Duncan, Matthew Lloyd, CMAC, Aziz S, all receiving channel memberships. Comments, questions, super chats. We get to your calls coming up. Dan writes in with a super chat. John Cena heel turn before we made the playoffs. I saw Cena win heel. Whoa, baby. I don't watch wrestling, but I did see that happen. Super chat from Big Fella. Jackson Dart lit it up yesterday. He is coming. Be careful caring about anything that happens when these quarterbacks are throwing in shorts at the combine. Jackson Dart lit it up yesterday. I hope Dart is good if the Jets take him. I think if the Jets take him, he's going to stink. So I hope they don't go down that path. Hope I'm wrong. Johnny Boy with a super chat. Do the right thing and vote for Johnny Boy. A vote for Johnny Boy is a vote for everything great in America. Johnny Boy 2025. We're about to find out if Johnny's campaign will pay off with the voters, or will it backfire tremendously. And when I say we're about to find out, it's because we truly are. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for Asmaniac Madness. After Charles Gorman got us going yesterday with a win over Chris G, we turned our attention to the 8-9 matchup in the Chicken Soup region, which features Johnny Boy, the 9 seed, taking on the 8 seed, Jason in Jerusalem. If you're new to Asmaniac Madness, check the YouTube chat. You will see a poll that is about to go live. Whichever candidate receives more votes by the end of the show will advance to the round of 32 in the Chicken Soup region in Asmaniac Madness. Gentlemen, Asmaniac Madness is underway.
It's time for Asmaniac Madness. Who will cut the nets down as the top Asmaniac for 2025? Some of you don't even care, but we do. Let's get to it.
The poll is live. Vote away, Johnny Boy or Jason. And both of them are on the line right now to talk about their candidacy. Gentlemen, good luck in the competition and welcome to the show.
Thank you, Jake. Good morning, Jake. Good morning, Jason. How are you?
Doing well, Johnny. Ready for a good fight.
Agreed. Very ready. Can't wait.
My gosh, can you look any more like a politician who's pandering to an audience? Be your authentic self, man. This is what's got you here. And you're a sellout. Putting on a suit and a tie. Taking pictures with babies. People want Johnny Boy, the Jets fan. Look at you, man. You're selling out. What else will you sell out for? It's a disgrace to the Asmaniac community to look like that and to come on the show like that. You need to come here and talk quarterbacks and whether they're going to be desperate like the Giants to trade up to save their jobs, or they're just going to have a long-term plan and stick and realize that draft picks are valuable. And if somebody's not that interested and that good, they don't trade up for it. Man, you're looking like a sellout. All you're missing is the Gase eyes, looking here and looking there. We don't want somebody who reminds us of an Adam Gase press conference. We want somebody who reminds us of the joy and the pain of being a Jets fan. Remembering Eric Decker's catch and then how they sucked in Buffalo that last year that they had 10 wins. I mean, come on, give us Jack Tiggs, man. Make this a fair fight. Come here looking like a politician. It's a disgrace. Disgrace to the community. Disgrace to the show.
This is coming from the guy that has a fake background, calling me a sellout. This is real, baby. This is what I do. I'm in suits and ties every single day. I come in and I
hold it, kid. You're not in a suit and tie every day. It's a Sunday. Come on, man.
I'm out here, man. I go to church on Sunday. So I
Man,
just came back
you
from
really
church.
think we're falling for that? I
You
mean,
might
go to
not,
church.
but
God bless you. Worship God. Worship whatever you want to. To insult the audience and like, no, I really walk around in a suit and tie. This is what I want. I mean, come on, man.
the
If they say
people
on
that
ESPN, come on,
Jason,
man.
the people that know me know what I'm about. I'm a friend of the show and a friend of them as well. So I am here. This is what you get 100% of the time. And my takes when it comes to the
Uh,
Jet stuff is not reading what everybody else is saying. My take is myself and everything. I don't want us to go ahead and get a quarterback in the draft. I'm okay with us not doing that because they're not showing me anything. I'd rather fill in the holes that we need and go from there and continue. I'm on board with possibly getting a Jameis Winston. It'll be fun, at least. I mean, especially if we're talking about that this season might only bring us what 4 wins, as Jake has been saying on the show itself. I'm on the other spectrum and thinking that I believe that we're actually going to surprise a lot of individuals and be able to shock the entire NFL and have a winning season, possibly go into the playoffs. But that's just my take and everything like that. You might come on here and try to insult me and say these things, but I'm going to take the higher road because I am a man of the people and I walk with them. So everybody vote Johnny Boy 2025. You guys already know where I'm standing from.
Which QB do you like in the draft? If they don't get
So
one or two, don't tell me Jackson Dart because
no,
the film
no,
doesn't end with
I'm not.
somebody else.
I'm not. To be honest with you, if there's a quarterback, and this has to be in the way later rounds, Milrow, even though I'm a Georgia guy, I like the athleticness that he has, right? Seeing Will Howard and how big of a quarterback he is, that's another person. And I also do like Riley Leonard from Notre Dame as well as a game manager. At the end of the day, I just hope whoever, if they do go ahead and get somebody as a quarterback, I'm hoping that they just don't go ahead and plug and play with that as well. Because I'm not into that. I don't want to ruin that guy. If it is what it is at this point. I trust the regime and I believe in what they're gonna go ahead and do as well. So thank you, Knockraft.
Tyler Show, top of the second round. You get him weapons, and you hope the medicals check out. I mean, the guy scares me the way that Ian Muller scares me. Oh, there we go. I mean, Dart, the film is not adding up, as Jets Nation said, but even though he's 25, Tyler Show is the only one there. And you know what? Second round pick is not going to cost the franchise. So mortgage everything when this is a team that needs some retooling, doesn't need rebuilding, it needs retooling to trade away valuable assets. The Giants will do it because Joe Shine and Brian Dable need to save their job. And when you need to save your job, you do desperate things. And don't out desperate the Giants. There's going to be a premium for that Titans pick because the Giants are going to mortgage the future because when you're going after your job, you will mortgage the future because the future means nothing. When you have a new GM and a new head coach, unless you are 1,000% sure that the guy who you draft is a lock and you have the weapons around him, you do not mortgage the future draft-wise. So it's nice to click.
Who's gonna be the best of the bunch? It's Maniac Madness. You get to pick the ones who make the show rock. Who's the king? Who's the Jew?
Get your votes in. Early polling right now has Johnny Boy leading Jason 56% to 44%. Get your picks in. Make your vote count. Almost 200 of you have already voted. More people have voted than have hit the like button. The math is not mathing. Hit the like button. Poll will stay open till the end of the show. Yesterday, we had the 1 versus 16 in the Chicken Soup region, and Gorman did defeat Chris G. But it was a lot closer than many thought. The winner of this matchup between Johnny Boy and Jason in Jerusalem will face Charles Gorman in the round of 32. K-Rock writes in, Johnny Boy is the GOAT. Beast Breaker with a super chat. Whoa, baby, Beast. Spending big money here. Jets Johnny I see as a politician and overrated. How about that? Beast Breaker is on the side of Jason in Jerusalem. Is that an endorsement Jason in Jerusalem wants, though? That's the question.
Dr. Frank says Johnny Boy or Jason don't make it past round 1 anyway. You're not wrong. I mean, Gorman will be a big favorite in the round of 32, but we've seen 1 seeds lose in the round of 32 before. J-Mag's in the house. If they don't make a quarterback move, I'm taking McMillan at 7. I watch him here in Tucson with a bad quarterback, and he makes plays. You know, it's interesting with McMillan. He didn't participate in anything at the combine. I don't think he's that fast. Now, I don't care if you play. Yeah, I don't care if you don't run a great 40 time, right? Because it's all about what you do on tape. But there's a reason why he didn't do anything at the combine. And with that guy Golden from Texas having the combine he did, I saw people saying that he's now going to be the first receiver taken. I don't know. I don't know if the Jets are going to take McMillan at 7. People I speak to are very split on him as a top 7 worthy pick. I know Robbie Sable's not sold on him at 7, but I know Leger Douzable was. I know that Connor Rogers likes Tet as well. Like, we had a lot of draft guys on the show last week, and their opinions were all over the place. There's not a consensus like last year when you knew it was Marvin Harrison Jr., Malik Neighbors. Like, we don't have that this year. If they took him, would I be upset? No. I think the Jets are more likely to take Mason Graham, though, in that spot, if he's there. Or one of the edge rushers. Or honestly, Tyler Warren's in play there, too. Henny writes, and no one knows what the new regime will do. It's a smokescreen season, and Muji won't show his hand. If we draft a quarterback, just hope we get lucky. If they draft a quarterback and he stinks, I mean, they're going to be out of a job within 2 or 3 years. That's the reality. Jets, or Jack writes in, that was a scary matchup. Jason won, in my opinion. Well, you got to vote. This is really close right now. 54% have Johnny Boy in front of Jason in Jerusalem. That means if Jason could somehow get people behind him, he could catch Johnny Boy. But right now, Johnny Boy in an 8-9 is off to a nice start. Now, look. 8-9 is supposed to be close, so I think the committee did a nice job with the seating there based on the early vote totals. Hit the like button if you're just tuning in. Comments, questions, super chats. We'll cut the line. We are accepting raffle entries for our Hall of Fame-themed ASMANIAC raffle. Signed Don Maynard helmet. Signed Darrelle Revis helmet. Signed Curtis Martin helmet. $20 super chat gives you 5 raffle entries. And for every membership you gift, you got a chance to win an epic prize. Henny writes in, Jason really came on the Jake Asman show and told Johnny to be serious. Gator writes in, once you vote, you can't take it back. I suggest waiting until the contestants have a chance to make their case before voting. Purple Belt Mike, how come the poll disappeared? Because you asked it to disappear, Mike. Refresh your browser if you don't see the poll. You can only vote once, though. 242 of you have already put in your votes, which is pretty amazing because I think we only had like 530 yesterday. So we're going to shatter that if I do another long show here. More of your calls now, ladies and gentlemen. We say hello to Ricky NY, who's next. What's up, Ricky?
Hey, how's it going, Jake? Interesting matchup this morning. Jason really came out firing. I think Johnny thought he was going to win by a landslide, but this is a lot closer than what I think a lot of people expected. So, good for Jason putting up the good fight.
Well, I think the campaigning by Johnny, well, it got him a lot of awareness. I think some don't like politicians in general and don't want to vote for another politician on a Jet show.
Right. That's a good point. As far as the quarterback conversation, I would have to agree that I really don't want one in this draft. Jackson Dart, I watch probably one of the best football shows anywhere on YouTube. And what's that thing the guy's always saying? He stinks. So not a fan. And let me start off before I get into what I'm going to say next. Let me first say that no, I'm not suggesting him as a starter or anything else. However, my guy Jordan should at least be in the mix. I don't know.
Let me
if you've
say this
seen
though
the
about your
story.
guy Jordan. I don't know if you saw this this story that Samini had where he spoke to Jordan
Samini.
Travis's agent.
Yep.
That they're trying to blame the Jets for rushing Jordan Travis back last year, and that's why he had a setback. I don't believe that for a second. That is just classic. Let's just pile on the previous regime that's now gone. This guy had no expectations to play at all last year. They had Rodgers and Tyrod Taylor in front of him. The idea that the Jets were rushing Jordan Travis back and that's why he got injured again, I find that very hard to believe.
It seems odd, you know. It seems really odd, you know, the timing of it and everything else. However, I mean, I don't know. Jobs on the hot seat, you know, worried about getting fired. Who knows? Maybe they did try to accelerate his timeline some. The whole thing was just unfortunate, but you know, I just hope that gives us somebody else good that we can put in that room to compete. And you know, the more good football players we can have, the better. And so wish him nothing but the best. Hopefully he can come back. You know, and as far as that goes, you know, I would still lean towards like Fields, like a veteran, somebody that's got some experience to come in and compete with Tyrod or be insurance for Tyrod at this juncture. But, you know, anyways, thank you for taking my call. Appreciate it. Great show as always. And looking forward to the tournament as it proceeds.
Ricky, excellent call out of you. And the best thing Ricky ever did was figure out how to get the internet connection to work great. If Ricky can figure it out, maybe one day Beastbreaker can, or BMAC. I doubt it, though, because Ricky is a smart man, and BMAC refuses to listen. Ladies and gentlemen, memberships are flying off the shelves. You better be subscribed and like the video. It's raining memberships. The #1 Austrian Jet fan is in the next ASMANIAC raffle for 20 entries. Austrian Jet fan in our raffle on Friday won a signed Nick Mangold jersey. And I was like, oh God, I got to send another item to Austria. I hope Austrian Jet fan got the first items I sent. He did. He sent me a video or a photo of the replica Joe Willie Namath ring he won in our Super Bowl week raffle. So it made it to Austria. So I know how to send things international, baby. This is for you, Austrian Jet fan. Let's go.
It's the ASMANIAC membership raffle. For every membership gifted, you receive 1 ticket entered in the raffle to win epic prizes.
Strap up, baby. I got 20 names to read. Here we go. 20 people, 20 names. D. Brown, Nagna Iboko, Eli D, Marcus Alfonso, Watchman, Swain Pill G Patel, Brandon Hallam, Boogie Down Dave, Adam Procassini, Asunuku 11K, Draft Geek, James Madden, Dave Schwerl, the Austrian, Ant-Man's, First Class Agency, Steve Strickland, Joe McLaughlin, Jeff Johnson, Scott Atkins. Those are 20 names right here, right now, courtesy of the #1 Austrian Jet fan. But what if I told you there's more? South Philly in the next ASMANIAC raffle for, you guessed it, 5.
We're the freaking New York Jets, so we're built for this shit.
All right, these are from South Philly. You thank him if you got a membership. If you want a membership, you have to like the video and be subscribed to the channel. And then click on someone's name that is gifted a membership and make sure you're turned on. I want to be able to receive a gifted membership. It's an option in the settings for those of you watching. Make sure you have that on. You got a chance to get one. All right, these are from South Philly. Ladies and gentlemen, YouTube is not telling me who South Philly gave them to. Here we go. Dana Andrews, Chris Adams, Matthew Zucker, DF, Alan Hernandez, all receiving a membership from South Philly. Thank you very much, South Philly. You are in the next ASMANIAC raffle. Hit the like button, comments, questions, super chats. Cut the line. We opened the show talking about ESPN's report on the Jets being one of the teams believed to be interested in moving up to the number 1 overall pick. Here's Mike Tannenbaum on our show at the NFL Combine last week, talking about whether he believes the new regime that he helped hire, would they actually consider trading up all the way to number 1.
You look at now this draft, they're in a unique spot with that 7th pick. Do you see Darren Muji, Aaron Glenn, if they love one of these quarterbacks, could they actually make the move and trade up for them? I mean, if you were, when you were the GM, you made bold, aggressive moves, and that led to a lot of success. Do you think Darren Muji has a little Tannenbaum in him and would actually trade up for a quarterback?
Well, I hope he doesn't have my appetite, so let's start there. Yeah, look, I think they'll do what they think is the right long-term move. And if we sat here and they traded up, I wouldn't be surprised. But likewise, like if they signed a veteran quarterback, maybe they trade back in year 1 and try to acquire, as many picks as possible. With 7 teams making the playoffs, things change a lot every year. I forgot what the stat is, but on average over the last decade, Jake, I think 3 or 4 new teams every year make
I give the stat it's never the Jets, but it's 4 new teams on average that didn't make it the previous year, make it the following year.
Yep. So, again, there's a really good foundation here. All the oxygen and the headlines will be about the quarterback position. They'll make other moves as well, but I could see them. I'm sure that quarterback position will be addressed. I'm not saying they'll be aggressive from day 1, but I'm sure they're paying attention to that.
I mean, sign a veteran, and if you have a chance to get Cam Ward, you do it, depending on the cost. If you believe in him. Maybe they believe in Shador. I find it hard to believe that's the guy they believe in when they moved off of Rodgers for being a celebrity quarterback, but, I mean, you got to be aggressive. Tannenbaum was in the same spot Muji was in, right? Hall of Fame, former Packers quarterback, leaves the team. Need a franchise quarterback. They traded up for Sanchez in 2009. What are the Jets going to do now in 2025? Hit the like button, comments, questions, super chats, cut the line. Here we go. Super chats. Rick Kent. I'm with you, Jake. Samini story smells fishy to me. Typical negative Samini reporting. Now, look, it's not Samini being negative, though, is the one thing I'd say, Rick. It's Jordan Travis's agent coming out and saying something that I just don't believe to be true. The Jets rushed him back. Okay. No, the Jets gave him a true redshirt year. And guess what? Jordan Travis's agent was telling teams his client was going to be ready for training camp to try and get him drafted higher. So I'm going to call out Jordan Travis's agent and say, you were, I don't want to say you're a liar, but that sounds like you weren't telling the truth. Right? Was it the Jets' fault your client wasn't ready for training camp when you told teams before the draft last year he would have been? What happened there? You know what? Maybe when you come off a devastating injury, sometimes it's tough to predict a timeline for when you're going to be fully healthy. Maybe that's what happened. It's easy to blame the Jets. I don't even want to defend the previous Jets regime because they weren't very good, and it was time for changes. But I have an issue with Jordan Travis's agent pointing the finger at the Jets when, guess what? He was in the best possible spot. He was not going to be asked to play at all last year as the 3rd quarterback. So, please. Anything the Jets get from Jordan Travis is a bonus. I'd be shocked if he ends up being a long-term answer for this team. I don't see it. Honestly, it's more likely Jordan Travis is not on the Jets week 1 than he is. So, Jordan Travis's agent, go look yourself in the mirror. Purple Belt Mike, donate these to Chris G for putting up a good fight versus Gormani. I had a dream last night. We traded 2 firsts, 2 seconds for Cam Ward. We went 2-15. The Titans drafted Arch Manning. I pray that don't happen. Aren't you just full of positivity, Mike? Jeez. I mean, let me say this, Mike. While I would love to donate something to Chris G, $10 super chats don't get you any gifted memberships, unfortunately. Now, I will make an exception for Mike because his heart is in the right place. So 2 raffle entries for Purple Belt Mike. I only do the $10 super chats counting as entries on like our last day before the raffle to give more people a chance. But we'll count it because it's a nice gesture. Adam is too cool. Travis's agents don't have a leg to stand on. I shouldn't do this, but I will. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, Mike D's Nuts is in the house. He's dropping his nuts on the people. 10 channel memberships have officially been gifted by Mike.
Hey, thank you, Mike D's Nuts, for another gifted membership.
Jamie G, JJ, Phenom, are you going to call in? Kyle Clifton's wondering if you're ducking the smoke. Phenom, Big Steve, Mark E, Kevin James. Yes, that Kevin James. You guys know I got dinner with Kevin before the draft last year in Vegas. Jason C, Molly Mall, Jay Long, Eric Andy, all receiving channel memberships courtesy of Mike D's Nuts. Who?
These nuts.
That's who. Thank you very much, Mike. Ladies and gentlemen, we skip ahead. Rick Kent is in our next ASMANIAC raffle. 10 memberships gifted.
Get your ass off my super chats. Some of these are gifted memberships too.
Hey.
The hell with it.
Joey Jersey, Ryan L, OG Jet fan, Jim, Robert Van Armberg, Jamie Gill, Jonathan Fernandez, Patrick Cahill, Emilio Renovato Jr., Mild 109 LIB, JoJo, all receiving channel memberships there from the great Rick Kent. Rick, thank you very much. I know you want that Don Maynard helmet, Rick. Hopefully hopefully you win it. I know you're eyeing that one. Purple Belt Mike spending big bucks. Give him these then. I'll tell you what, Mike. I'm just going to combine your $10 super chat and the $20 super chat here. I'm going to make sure that we put that in Chris G's honor and give you some entries as well. Mike won our Joe Namath helmet during Super Bowl week, so he won probably one of the best prizes we've had since we started the raffle. Super chat here from Scandal, who says, do you think Travis is trying to get released? Maybe. I think Jordan Travis should focus on being healthy. Now, his agent said in the story that Rich put out today that he's going to be ready for 2025. Let's see it. And then there was a line in there, the Jet staff is excited about Travis. Okay. I believe it when I see it. Once again, I think it's more likely Jordan Travis is not on the opening day roster than he is. Prove me wrong. Hit the like button if you're just tuning in. If you want a chance at a membership today, we've added a bunch. You got to make sure you like the video. An update on ASMANIAC Madness. We're doing the 8-9 matchup right now in the chicken soup region. To have your voice heard, make sure you vote. Johnny Boy, the 9 seed, has a slight edge over Jason in Jerusalem. This is tight. Tightest matchup we've ever had in the history of ASMANIAC Madness. Now, to be fair, this is only the second matchup we've ever done in the history of ASMANIAC Madness. But Johnny Boy is up 53% to 47% with 331 votes cast in the last 25 minutes since we opened polling. So, vote and get your voice heard. Tomorrow on the show, the 5-12 matchup in the chicken soup region. JJ versus June, the GM. And joining us right now on the Gusbuster hotline is the number 12 seed in the chicken soup region, June, the GM. Hello, June.
What's going on, Jake?
How we feeling, June?
You know what I was thinking about? It's a win-win situation for me, right? I came into the chat, I want to say around a month ago, and I brought some new fire to the much-needed Jake Asman show. Not that you were lacking it, but I brought something different to the table.
I
Think
agree.
about this. When in the history have you seen two phenomenal rookies take over the game? Jaden Daniels in Washington and June the GM on the Jake Asman show. I mean, come on. You love me, hate me, say what you want. But when June the GM is good, he's good. But when he's bad, woo, he's better, baby. And I'm ready. I'm ready.
Well, June, I'll tell you what. JJ making his return yesterday, that was a fascinating return for JJ. He reminded a lot of people who he be. So it's going to be a great match tomorrow.
Jake? I brought him out. Imagine that. Who brought him out? He would have not came out for none of these dweebs and just Tony. He came out for me. He said, hold up, who's this Puerto Rican cat, Junior GM? And he even gave me a cosign and said he likes me. So I'm going to take that. Listen, win or lose, I'm grateful to be a part of this family. I love all these Jet fans, even the ones who hate me. Listen, I love being here. It's giving me some energy. I live in a very boring state. I'm out here in Connecticut. So when I'm not working, I'm online having fun. And I do want to say something, Jake, and this has nothing to do with the tournament. But you had me laughing. The pressure that you put on Mike Tannenbaum when you were interviewing him, that shit was classic. I mean, you kept on drilling him and drilling him and drilling him to the point where he seemed uncomfortable. I loved it, man. It was great.
I appreciate it. Well, look, I like Mike personally, but I'm not going to sit there and let him, try and tell me that it's so great that they interviewed all these candidates. I set him up because I knew he was going to say that. And I'm like, okay. And I defended you guys on that. I have no issue with you talking to as many people as possible, as long as you talk to the guys with rings on their finger. They should have interviewed Gruden. They should have interviewed Carroll, and they should have interviewed McCarthy. And his answer to me on that, like, he's not going to tell me, but like that said a lot. Like, I was like, really?
Yeah,
My theory
he was
is
dancing around a question. He was dancing around a question with that.
They didn't want to interview anyone who would say bring back Rodgers. That's my theory on it.
And Jake, let me ask you a question. At what time missed the matchup? Because I work. I open a store tomorrow. I'm in the retail world. I'm a manager in the retail world. So what time is supposed to be?
I'll be live probably either 10 or 10:30 a.m. Usual start time for us during the week. So look, June, the reality is whether you're on the show or not, people know who you are. They know what you bring. JJ hasn't called in months till yesterday. So your body of work, it will play and it will be up to the chat. But I don't think being a part of the show that you're actually in, I don't know if it will truly influence the voters as much as you think. So I wouldn't sweat it, man. I think.
No, I'm not listening. Like I said, in fact, man, I like JJ a lot. He's brings a different perspective. I could tell he's like an old lion, man. Scar coming in, to let people know I'm back in the prize. So yeah, like I said, I'm grateful, man. I think the tournament's been amazing so far, and I'm looking forward to see more of the matchups. To be honest with you, Jake.
Well, I'll tell you what, if your matchup is as close as the one we have going right now, that's going to be something. It's starting to really tighten up. 51% on Johnny Boy, 49% on Jason in Jerusalem. This is stunning.
I'll tell you what about that matchup. You had the voting thing up early. If you would have left it a little late, I might have swayed my vote a different direction. I'm not going to front.
Well, look, that just shows you how easily influenced you can be, Jude. I mean, you knew both candidates ahead of time. You knew what was happening.
No, but when the lights were on and they were flashing, I heard some things that was pretty impressive. I can't lie.
All right. Well, I'll tell you what, June. This could come down to the wire. Good luck in your matchup tomorrow, though.
Thank you, sir. You guys have a blessed one. I'm off to work soon.
Ladies and gentlemen, June, the GM. Wow, what a matchup we have right now. Have you guys seen the polling? 51% Johnny Boy, 49% Jason in Jerusalem. We'll check in with both of the candidates in a moment. This could decide the election. This could decide the matchup. But first, Mike D's Nuts is here, and he's letting everyone know that his nuts are delivering greatness. A 5 spot from Mike D's Nuts. Another 5 spot from Mike D's Nuts. That is another 10 total memberships that have just been gifted by the great Mike D's Nuts.
Hey, thank you, Mike D's Nuts, for another gifted membership.
10 names to read from Mike. Midnight Mike Show, Roy Romano, The Professor, Mello Washington, Greg Lott, Mario Rapallo, White America, Mike Kopp, Terminator T800, Owen Escalastico, I think. Did you say that guy's name? Man. That might have been 10 right there. According to YouTube, it was. You just know when Mike D's Nuts is making madness in the chat because every comment is just a nuts emoji everywhere. Ladies and gentlemen, we're not done with memberships today. Rick Kent in the next ASMANIAC raffle for another 5 channel memberships.
Money, 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 money.
Playwater 3-1, Goody, Alex W, Nikki Pink, John D. Lee, all receiving memberships there from the Rick Kent, an actual superhero. All right, make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Comments, questions, super chats. We'll cut the line. Appreciate everyone tuning in here. Number 7 pick in the draft. If the draft was today, who do Jet fans want following the combine? I am curious. Chris writes in, how is Chris not a channel member yet? Chris, we got to get you a membership. This poverty franchise is going to give up their entire future to trade up for another bust QB. Who's surprised? We don't know if Cam Ward's a bust yet. That's not fair. I'm not against making that move. Would I personally do it? Probably not. It's going to depend on the cost, though. Now, I had this saved to bring up on the show. So let's look at recent trade-up history. All right. Here's the cost of potentially moving up if you're the Jets, based on recent examples. It's from Zach Rosenblatt's Twitter. 2023, Panthers traded DJ Moore, number 9 pick overall, and a 2023 second round and a 2024 first round, which, by the way, ended up being the first pick in the draft for the Bears. That's how they got Caleb Williams. And a 2025 second round pick. They're still feeling the effects of moving all the way up from 9-1 to get Bryce Young. That's a lot. Obviously, Carolina would not make that move again, knowing what they know now. That's the risk you run. If you're the Jets, you're saying Cam Ward's worth all that. Now, maybe it's not all that. Maybe it's a little less because they moved up from 9-1, whereas the Jets would be moving up from 7-1. Or maybe it's 7-2 and it's a little less, but it's going to cost you a lot to move up. Look what it cost Carolina a couple of years ago. In 2016, the Rams traded number 15, a 2016 second rounder, a 2016 third rounder, a 2017 first rounder, and a 2017 third rounder. They moved up from 15 all the way to number 1. Now, that to me is more tenable. I would trade my first in this year's second and a first next year. But that's about it. I'm not giving them more than that. I'm really not. And also, I'd prefer if it was a first this year, right? We swap first and my third. See, the Rams had 15, right? They moved all the way back, or they came all the way up from 15. The Jets are giving them the number 7 pick in the draft. That's a lot. I mean, it really depends on what the cost would be. Every year is different. I brought this up to Tannenbaum when he was on the show this week at the Combine. When the Jets traded up from 17 to 5 for Sanchez, they didn't get to give away a future first-round pick. Think about that. That's hard to do. Mike deserves credit for that. I said that to him on the show. So you never know. Every year is different. Rick Kent with a super chat. I'm celebrating because that numbskull beastbreaker has apparently done me a huge favor and blocked me. Now I can't see his nonsensical chats anymore. Hooray. My life is much more pleasant. Ladies and gentlemen, to respond to Rick Kent, we say hello to a man who needs no introduction, but Gator has made about 70 of them since he started calling into the show. It is time to unleash the beast.
Beastbreaker. 666 $50 will send his ass to the hole where there's no gabagool.
Mr. Rick Kent, dude, see what I hold right here in my hands? The flag of Italy, like every python. You got a problem with me, son. First of all, I can't stand you as far as I can throw you, but I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to box you up like Charles Barkley and send you one-way crystal quick pack. You are a pain in the ass to me. Now get out of my face, take a walk, and get out of here. I don't want nothing to do with you. You got it? I got better things to do than mope around with a monkey like you on a potato stack. Now, I got better things to do. I got tacos to go make. I got things to work on, and I got a book to work on. It's called Learn the Facts. And I got a biography on YouTube. Why don't you go check it out? If you can't do that, get out of here. Enough said. Next caller, move next force. Come on. Next. I said next. Keep it going. And don't worry, David. Yes, please.
What's your message to Dave Briga?
To Dave Briga, get ready for the European invasion because it's not going to be pretty. And this is one of them that's coming with me. The flag of Italy. Paisan. See you later, Brigga. Have a nice trip. And don't forget to check your credit card. And remember, don't steal home without it.
Hey, Beast, do you have any thoughts on your region right now? The chicken soup region has been been fascinating.
In the words of the great Roddy Piper, as he once said, I got nothing to fear but life itself. The only one I think about is the man upstairs and my fate card. That's the way I play. Now, let's go have a little fun, shall we? Yes, the
All right, Peacebreaker checking in with the Italian flag. Incredible. Ladies and gentlemen, Mike D's Nuts checking in with 10 more memberships. Let's go. D's Nuts. Ladies and gentlemen, Mike D's Nuts is ripping memberships the way Gorman rips farts.
I think the second one. Excuse me.
All right, here we go. 10 more from Mike. Truth be told, Darius Richards, SB24 Projects, FPP, Ronald Lake, Flex Hayes, Nobnar 518, Joe Like a Boss Music, The Break Studio, Mitt Flair, all receiving channel memberships. Mike D's Nuts is back and letting everyone know who's the real gifter of the memberships around here. Snowball checks in. Did Jason from Jerusalem actually say he wanted to draft Tyler Shuck, the 26-year-old college graduate? Yikes. The age doesn't really bother me, Snowball. Like, it might benefit him that he's played a lot of college ball. That said, I don't think Jason was saying draft him in the first round. But as a developmental guy, he's an option. I was talking to Todd McShay this week. His table was set up not far from where I was. He has Chuck as his number 3 quarterback in the class. Ahead of Jackson Dart, by the way. So I don't think it's crazy. I have more of your calls right now. Then we'll check in with the 2 candidates that are neck and neck in polling right now. 52% Johnny Boy over Jason. It is tight. Let's say hello to Thunderlips and a special guest. Hello, Thunderlips.
How you doing? What do you say?
Thank you for the merch.
Go stand up and show him.
Look at that shirt. It looks great.
Yeah. Thank you so much, bud. He was
Awesome.
super excited. He was definitely checking the mail every day.
I love it. I'll have to send some more stuff. That's awesome.
Get off the game, man. Come on. He's playing Call of Duty, obsessed with Splinter and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and stuff on it. You know.
I feel that. Thunderlips, what's your son's name?
Cameron.
Cameron, love the shirt, man. Thanks for the support.
Well, did you want to ask him something?
Should we get Cam
Ward.
as a QB?
I would definitely not hate it. I guess it depends on how much it would cost to trade up to that spot to get him. I'm open to it. I think he's my favorite of the quarterbacks if they are going to make a move like that.
Yeah. Hey, your interviews last week definitely were stellar. Chad Pennington, Mike T. I also really like Connor's. I know it's like an obvious take or what he was saying about not burning bridges with people in the facility and stuff like that. And, you know, it's obvious, but it makes you think, like, how does Rossini still put out information? She had to have burned every bridge, like, you know, like Manish back, you know, a few years ago. The guy just disappeared off the face of the earth. Like, I doubt anybody told him anything, you know?
Well, it's because I think a lot of her stuff is just, you know, people with agendas, and a lot of it could be made up too. And coming from people who aren't even with the team, but can connect it loosely. You know what I mean? Like, there's a way to finagle it where it's coming from a source, but how connected is that source? Like, if you know the janitor at One Jets Drive, is that person a legit source?
Right. And then she's just filling in the blanks herself or something, right?
I mean, she's supposed to be a national reporter. Seemingly, she only covers one of the 32 teams.
Right. But all right, man, dude, the show is great. You know, with the whole bracket, what Neil was saying the other day with like the older people, maybe like, I don't know if they're with voting and stuff, maybe so it doesn't skew the votes, have just the older guys vote, like people that have been here. I know it's hard. You know what I'm saying? Like, if people are new or have only been here for 2 months, you know, that may skew the votes for the dudes that have been here forever, because I mean, you know, a lot of, you know, what he was saying, new flavors of the month and stuff like that, you know.
Yeah, but you know what? I think that's the beauty of March, because sometimes the Cinderella team gets hot and goes on a run. So you got to be a part of this community year round if you want to have a chance to cut down the nets. That's why the 1 seeds and the 2 seeds are the 1 seeds and the 2 seeds for a reason.
Right. But Rick Kent is probably the nicest dude. I got to chat with him in Bobby's chat. He was putting up with me the other day. I was acting kind of stupid, but he's definitely like a likable dude. And Beast Breaker, you got to chill out, bro. You know, you shouldn't be putting your documentary out there, because I listened to it. Just saying.
Any big takeaways
from that? I don't want to bash someone over this, you know what I mean? But my big takeaway is, I think that with WWF and the wrestling, if you watch too much of it, it kind of distorts your mind and your reality. Like, life isn't a whole, like, you know, you got to have that balance, you know what I mean? Like, it's just too much, dude. It's overboard. Let's put it that way.
Hey, I feel you. Well, Thunderlips, great call. I'm glad the merch arrived. And look, I think you're in this tournament next year if you continue calling the show.
I can't wait till we like get on. Not saying to get on from all this, but it's because it's great. Entertainment value is great, because the takes and stuff from the Jets is, you know, what brought me here too. And it's I'm just looking forward to free agency and watching the dominoes fall, so we can kind of see like what's going to happen in place, and we could, you know, really get like tangible, objective data to kind of like talk about. You know what I mean?
I love it. 1 week from tomorrow, legal tampering, Thunderlips. Get ready. We do some wild shows during free agency on this channel.
I would not mind Cam Ward, just because, you know, people say don't like mortgage your future kind of to get a quarterback, but we need a future. If it's the right guy, I don't really give a crap what we give up. If it's the dude for like 10, 15 years, like it stinks, because these kids, man, all they know is losing. Like that guy, Jack, I'm sorry, that comes on. That's awesome. And it's like these kids, 15 years old, they know nothing but losing, and they still rock Jets jerseys. They still go to school, and it's easy. I've known other, you know, their acquaintances that are like Jets fans, but with their kids, they get them like Buffalo Bills shit and stuff, because they don't want them. Because they don't want them to go through the heartache, which is kind of a cop out. You need loyalty, and these kids definitely show loyalty, man. So
they do. Hopefully, one day our loyalty will finally pay off. That'd be nice.
But you know, maybe they'll see a championship. All right, man.
Wouldn't that be nice? Great call, Thunderlips. Shout out to Cameron.
Virginia, baby.
Hey, there we go. Thunderlips and his son Cameron checking in. Love it. If you want any merch, by the way, jakeasman.com. Shameless plug. Mike D's Nuts. Holy crap. D's Nuts saying, watch this, everyone. This is how it's done. I'm dropping my nuts on everybody.
Hey, thank you, Mike D's Nuts, for another gifted membership.
Let me tell a funny combine story, by the way, in honor of Mike D's Nuts. So I don't remember what show it was last week, but I yelled out, Mike D's Nuts, making it rain for the people. And one of my friends in the business came up to me later in the day, was like, what the hell were you talking about? Mike D's Nut what? And I had to explain that, yes, part of my job is to shout out Mike D's Nuts when he gives memberships for other Asmaniacs. Racing Jason, Mario Ranieri, The Juice Main, Cigar Gangster, Tyler Useri, all receiving channel memberships from Mike D's Nuts. Find yourself a job where you get to yell out Mike D's Nuts as often as I do, and you'll be very happy in life. More of your calls right now. Ladies and gentlemen, the number 4 seed in the train region is on the line. Kyle Clifton joins us now. Hello, Kyle.
How you doing, Jake?
Kyle?
I have an update on Zippergate.
Yes.
I can tell you that this will be my last call with any interference, God willing, once I get my new AirPod set up.
Let's go.
That's how seriously I'm taking Asmaniac Madness. When you have a prize as dear to us as best of the best is, then you have to put your best foot forward in all phases. So that's basically where we reside. I will say that I think that it's poor strategy for personal attacks this early in the tourney. I know everyone is going to have different strategies. I think that we need to get a little bit settled in first before we get into the nitty gritty and some of the rivalries that might already exist within the brackets. I think that for some of the closer matchup, that stuff is going to backfire. That's just based on what I've been seeing. Lastly, the football stuff. That news item about Travis this morning, very upsetting. I think we saw some stuff on film that we were right to be a little bit excited about Travis with the highlights and so on. But like that's just the stuff that we're trying to get rid of in the new regime. Leaks, agents going out in the media and slamming and pointing fingers and stuff like that. Nothing says I want out of here like, not ingratiating yourself to the new regime. He's probably looking for an injury settlement. He's probably looking to pick his new team, and you're absolutely right. He's probably not going to be on this team. So expecting anything from him at this point, I think we're looking to bring in a veteran a la Fields with some potential and draft a guy in the middle rounds and then maybe reset next year with the quarterback market.
Yeah, I agree with you. And like taking a shot at the old regime, like really? I don't know. I thought that was weak. His agent's the same guy that was telling teams his client was going to be ready for training camp, and he never was. So we just forget about that. Jordan Travis agent, like, come on.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. I appreciate your time, Jake.
Kyle, appreciate you. Great call. Keep it rolling with calls right now. Ladies and gentlemen, let's say hello to our king. King Loski's on the line. What's up, King Loski?
Jake, my brother, Jake, my brother. It's always good to see you, my brother. Let me just say this, man. I see a lot of the Twitter and the Instagrams going up, man. All of these rumors and stuff. Travis Hunter talking about the old regime, talking about how they sped up his recovery and all of that. Hey, man, get all of that bullshit out the building, okay? We don't want to hear it no more. We don't want to hear nothing about the old regime, okay? We don't care. We moving forward, okay? Because at the end of the day, we supposed to be getting this type of bullshit out the damn door, okay? I don't want to hear nothing, man, about no old regime, okay? Right now, we need to focus on if you need to recover, son, you need to get with the new regime and get right with them. All your agent talking and all of that bull crap, we don't need it, man. Get that bull crap out the damn window. Because at the end of the day, it's about winning right now. Okay? I'm seeing all of these rumors talking about our quarterback and all of that. Let them, and I get it. We're the biggest market in the damn country. Okay? We in New York. I get it, baby. But at the end of the day, all of the bullshit that's in the damn building needs to be out the damn building. Okay? To hell with all of these rumors. To hell with all of these agents talking. We don't want to hear none of that. We about winning. You talking about you want to win now? Well, damn it, act like you want to win now. Okay? We don't need all of these rumors and headlines in the off season. Okay? Excuse me, I'm pissed off. That's why I'm spitting all over the place. So excuse me. But at the end of the day, we don't need this, man. All right? You about winning, be about winning. Okay? Be about winning. To hell with everything else, man. JTS, just. JTS, just. JTS, just.
Yeah. King Loski. Loski versus Genergy in the opening matchup. Now that is a battle right there, folks. That is a battle. We find that that matchup in that chicken soup region. Loski will be battling later this week, if the math serves me correct. Man, if Beastbreaker could beat Briga and get by the winner of D's Nuts and Barbarossa, whoever wins that one, Could you imagine a Sweet 16 of Loski versus Beast? It will be the loudest Asmaniac Madness matchup in the history of sound. God. Mike D's Nuts says, Jake, that 10 spot was for Beast Bum to the hole. I appreciate it, Mike. I wasn't sure. I commented right away, bounty question mark. I didn't hear from you, but Beast call shortly ended after that, so we don't got to worry about it. Ladies and gentlemen, an update on the poll. The closest Asmaniac Madness matchup we've ever had. Johnny Boy is up 52% to 48%. Let's hear from both of the candidates right now. Jason in Jerusalem is first. Hello, Jason.
Hey, Jake, I got to sign off. I got a client. So, kid whose father has stage 4 cancer. And no, I'm not saying that because I want to get some sympathy points or anything like that, but just something like that. I got to leave the show.
Is there a lasting message you want everyone to know who hasn't cast their vote yet?
First of all, what the hell are you waiting for? I mean, you to the selection committee. You gave me a fair fight. It was a fun fight, and it was great to go early. I'd love to make it to round 2, but kudos to everybody that was around here. If you haven't voted, please vote for me. And if you don't vote for me, but still vote, participate in it. It's been great. Let's take the Jake Asman show to bigger and better places. And, let's take 64 and multiply by 4. I mean, it's not like a 3-month thing next year. Okay, Jake, you're going to great places, and it's wonderful seeing your development. I joined you back when you were on YouTube only and called you in when every little segment you had before commercial was its own YouTube channel. We spoke about a lot of Isles playoffs there, and Ilya Sorokin with the Billy Smith style goal last night. For those who remember.
Yeah, that was a weird one, by the way, but we'll take it.
Yeah, I mean, listen, we take everyone as we get them, and what is that? Him and Hextall and Billy Smith were the only Isles to get goalies to get.
That's right.
Damn you, Hextall. Bad memories.
Jason, great job. Great competition. You're a great caller, win or lose. And I appreciate you supporting the show.
I appreciate having me on. And Godspeed to all you guys, man. It's a blast.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jason in Jerusalem. We will get to Jason's competitor, Johnny Boy, in a moment. But first, Janice Jet, 10 memberships. People are gifting so many memberships. You want to know why? Because we have a Hall of Fame theme raffle. You ready for this? Curtis Martin signed helmet. Darrell Rivas signed helmet. Don Maynard signed helmet. The prizes only get better and better because the support from the community continues to grow. Thank you, Janice. Here we go. 10 members added to the arsenal here. I need emoji ideas, by the way. I have room for another channel emoji, and I need the Asmaniacs to design something worthy of being added for channel members. Could be Jet related. Could be Asmaniac related. Email me your ideas. Just look up what the size specifics are for YouTube channel emojis in advance. Gangrene David, Sean Johnson, Esco, Nick Campo, Jay Reeves, Frank Blau, Bill Gates, Top Cat Warless, Duncan McLean, Sleepy Maka, all receiving channel memberships from Janice. I think a Mikey Midnight emoji would be a great idea. That would be fantastic. If someone wants to work on that. Ladies and gentlemen, a holy bleep from Mike D's Nuts. Are you kidding me? Time to strap up, baby. The helmet is coming back on after this.
Oh.
Let's go, baby. Mike D's Nuts. 20 more entries into the next Asmaniac raffle.
Hey, thank you, Mike D's Nuts, for another gifted membership.
Smash the Mike D's Nuts emoji if you haven't. A holy bleep from Mike. SDA Jets. Fire Aaron Glenn. Justin Jokin, Rich Samini's Crusty Tissue, Titan, Jetted Out, James Eubanks, Eric Lassi, Dominic Lizuzo, Ellie, Steve Marzuk, Cynthia W., John Serpico, Gregor Smith, Chase is Chillin', TV Mark Francis, Andrew Bach, Cat Eat Food, Taiwan something. I don't know. The chat's exploding. Joe. Is that 20? That can't be 20 names. It's telling me it is. SDA Jets Fire. Glenn. Apparently that was 20. I don't know. All I do know is that this is basically the Mike D's Nuts show today, because if you got a membership, chances are it's from Mike.
Money, 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 money.
Give it up for Mike. Let's go. Mike D's Nuts. D's Nuts.
D's nuts.
All right, let's hear from another member of the matchup in today's round of 64 battle. Johnny Boy is up next. Hey, Johnny.
What's going on, Jake?
How we
Just chill.
feeling? We heard final thoughts from Jason. Your matchup right now, very contested, almost 500 votes cast, and you have the slight edge, 52-48 in the matchup.
It's pretty dope, man. I mean, where was all that energy that Jason had in the very beginning coming at my character and my realness and all that? Like, I appreciate what Kyle stated, right? Saying that what's the reasoning behind it? I don't know. But look, I went to church today, right? And I go to church every single Sunday. And just to let you guys know how real of a fan I am, I pray every single Sunday that this organization at some point in its, I don't know when, man, this year I hope this is the year that we go. But underneath this suit, okay, I wear Jet stuff, man. Okay, this is Jet stuff, and this is real stuff. This is the Jets jersey right over here, okay? So understand that I do this for a living. This is really me. I don't need to go ahead and you guys think. First and foremost, I put all this stuff out because I want everybody to know voting for Johnny is voting for the New York Jets to be great again. So if you love the Jets, you love the Jake Asman show, and you love America, make sure you vote Johnny Boy. You already know, man. Jake, you know how long I've been here. I've been doing this for a while, bro. And shout out to Thunderlips out here in Virginia as well. We'll be catching we'll be getting out very soon. He's gonna come over here. We're gonna grill out and fish and things like that. So
Dr. Frank is calling your politicking a disgrace.
I mean, he might think that, and he's entitled to his opinion and all that, but not everybody's gonna agree with him. You know, some of my people not think that.
Pot Stirrer Ted says, please don't strip.
Hey, the wifey loves it, right? So you already know. Leanie loves it. I mean,
Thunderlips. Johnny Boy looks legit, calm and well spoken.
Exactly. That's what it's about. I don't need to say you're this or you're this or you're that or just get at you and everything. I'm here. Jake, I've been supporting. I mean, let's talk about it, right? I got the Jake Asman merch. I'm an Asmaniac, man. I'm true to this stuff. This is who I am. This is who I've been. I don't need no fake freaking background or anything like that at all. This stuff my family put up for me and myself. So again, hey, look, this is fun. This has been awesome and all that. And going on to the next round, I'm coming after Charles. Just let it be known. That's just what I do. So
Tom A says if you show some nip, you'll have his vote.
Tom Ace, go ahead and look at the DM I just sent you. It might be more than just a nip for you. So again, hey, what you guys are doing is awesome. It's bringing the community close and everything. Shout out to Jason in Jerusalem and everything that he's doing as well. Big shout out to some of the falling individuals out here in Virginia. It was a very big funeral that occurred yesterday, right, for our men in the line of duty. Unfortunately, Thunderlips knows what I'm talking about, you know, so gone too soon, but we here. We support our law enforcement and the military. Hey, again, vote for Johnny Boy. Jake, keep killing it, man. You know, again, I talk to Jake, man. Jake knows the deal. When he be having the dope interviews, I'm like one of the first casts to be like, bro, crazy great interview and stuff like that. You know,
I think both you and Jason are excellent callers, and I think it's a testament to the Asmaniac Madness committee that this matchup is so close, because that's what an 8-9 in theory is supposed to be.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. It's what it's supposed to be. But let's be honest, right? In a tight race, you know who's going to break that off. I've been about it, and I always talk about it. You guys know what I'm talking about. So, I mean, Jake, you were in the delivery room. How many other Asmaniacs had your show in the delivery live right there, born new life into this world? That was me. I was that guy. There was no political campaign at that point, right? That was just me being me. And I would have done it again all over. So, hey, we support the Jake Asman. We are a friend of this show. We are a friend of everyone here, right? We love everything that you guys are doing. So vote for Johnny Boy. That's all I can keep saying, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, final thoughts from the 9th seed in the Chicken Soup region. Johnny Boy checking in. Excellent call. Is it enough to get him to advance? 52% of the vote has Johnny Boy in front of Jason in Jerusalem. Almost 500 votes have been cast. Poll will stay open till I end the show. We still got some more callers on hold, but time is running out, so we got a rapid fire. But first, let's give a huge shout out to Mike D's Nuts. What did Mike D's Nuts win the lottery overnight? Another 5 spot of channel memberships have been gifted by Mike. 5 more raffle entries for Mike D's Nuts. D's Nuts. Here we go. If you hear your name called, you thank Mike. He's the one giving you all the memberships you need in life. Matthew Callender, Sean Conroy, DJ Starkis, Danny Melendez, DJ Tiger, all from Mike D's Nuts. Imagine Mike did this during one of my combine shows, and I'm yelling and screaming, Mike D's Nuts. Austrian Jet fan checks in Johnny Boy We Trust. Man with a rake with a super chat. Johnny Fart to win. Oh, my God. Let's get to more of your calls right now. Let's say hi to the 14th seed. Going up against Neil in the Hood region. Indy Jets. What's up, Indy?
Good morning, Jake. Hey, I watch a lot of other YouTubers from New York Jets, and every time I watch them, I think, why don't they model their show after yours? And here's why, you have 40,000 plus followers, something like that. I don't know exactly how many. And you still engage in this chat so much. Your hard work, you literally have a show about your viewers. We're not even talking New York Jets hardly anymore. And I think that's a big that's a big tribute to all your hard work. And I think that, these past shows, I just want to give a shout out to the actual creator of all of this. And that's you, Jake. You're on here 7 days a week, twice a day during the week. And we wouldn't be here without your hard work. This past week has just been phenomenal for being off season. And I just want to say, hey, thanks for all your hard work. I'm not going to go after Neil. We don't need to talk Jets. I think you just need to get a little recognition from some of the viewers too.
No, I appreciate it, Indy. Well, it all starts with the people who tune into the show. There's so many great Jet channels out there. I watch all of them, truly. Like, we're going to be joined.
Absolutely. And yours is, the hard work that you put in. Obviously, it's been paid off. Look at what you've created just in the off season. Can you imagine what the Jets are going to be like when we start winning? What is the Jake Asman show and all the other shows are going to be like? We don't know what the Jake Asman show is going to be like during a winning season.
Yeah, I've wondered it a lot. The last 2 years, I thought this team was going to be good, and especially this past year. And it's just, my dream is to do this show when they're in the playoffs, and then, we actually get to talk about winning games, and instead of just looking ahead to drafts and who the coach is going to be. But this community is the best. Like, all the other channels can talk Jets, but what separates, I think, this channel from some of the other ones is the community aspect of it. Like, it's a show about the Jets and the lives of diehard Jet fans, and I think that's what's
absolutely, absolutely. And you're a huge part of all of our in our community, and I just wanted to give you a shout out to say, hey, your hard work is appreciated, and it shows.
Thank you, Indy. Very nice of you. And the thing is too, people ask me all the time, how do you talk Jets year round? And the reality is, I don't. We talk Jets, NFL. And then we have a focus on the lives of the Jet fan. I think the best example of that is Maniac Madness, what we're doing here, which is really going to give us basically like 2 months of content. If you think about it, we started talking about the seeding in February. Now here we are in March, and it's going to go till like the first week of April. So we always have something else going on in addition to the football team that has stunk for 14 years. Maybe that will change. And the thing is, too, it's not even just this tournament. I mean, we've had so many other storylines to go with the ultimate storyline, which is what the Jets do. The shoe store challenge, butter debates, chicken and pasta. I mean, Gary alone has given us all these storylines. Chiefs fan murdering his neighbor, maybe not. The Mikey Midnight emergence is a great example. There's so many of them. Keith Best and his great calls over the summer. Scott, the Lane Train, the Knoble saga was this time a year ago starting to heat up. So you couldn't do this without the community aspect. It's basically a Jet show, but it's a radio show style in the length of it. It's a real show. So it's fun. So I appreciate the kind words, Andy. But we got the best community for it, and it's only sustainable if people support the show. You got to watch, support our sponsors, but the memberships go a long way. The super chats, all that helps make it possible for me to be able to go to the Super Bowl and give you guys content from there. Or I thought this past week in Indy was some of the best content you're going to find in the offseason. I mean, we had everyone on. We had reporters on. We had former Jet greats on. We had a guy who assisted with the coach and GM hire on in Tannenbaum. Like, we had everything. We had guys who covered Muji in Denver and gave you a deep dive on him. We had the wild Colt mascot incident, or Rappaport just live and me getting him on the show for 10 minutes. So that's all because of the support of the community. None of this is possible without it. Thunderlips in the raffle for 5 with this $20 super chat. Off topic, Gary knows his stuff. With boxing, I hit 2 3-leg parlays after watching one of his YouTube shows. Let me get in that raffle. I got you down. Look, I don't know enough about boxing to tell you whether or not Gary's opinions on boxing are wild like his Jets opinions, but if you say they're good Thunderlips, that's good enough for me.
Gas station pizza is better than a Big Mac.
I did see Tank Davis won his fight last night. I didn't stay up to watch it, though. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get to more of your calls. Let's say hello to the number 1 overall seed in the butter region. He goes by many names. Today, he goes by Bob from Vermont.
Hi, everybody. This is Bob from Vermont. I am Bob, of course. Hi, Jake. Look what I did today.
What did you do today?
This is my thing for that thing I told you about the job.
All right. There we go.
I'm mailing in that today, so they get it by tomorrow or Tuesday. Then I get the interview, and then they get me a job. So.
Apparently, the Tank Davis fight, by the way, was a draw. I was half asleep when I saw the update, so there you go.
Yeah, well, he lost out because somebody, Gary almost could have won like $900. He was saying last night. Somebody punched somebody out and got a technical foul at the end of the boxing match or something like that. He could have won money, but he lost.
Who'd you vote for in the matchup today?
I vote for Johnny. Johnny is a family man. He loves his kids. He's an honest person. He's a great worker.
He makes sweet love to his wife. That's why he has
makes sweet love to his wife. Yes, he likes to share that a lot. Yes,
oh, yeah.
Definitely. His daughter, he brings on his daughter on my show. She is adorable. She's growing so much, Jake. She is adorable. She's almost a year old, coming up soon. She's growing up there. She's a cute kid. And then I agree with Indy Jet for one thing. You are what makes the show, too. You are the greatest host.
Thank you, Bobby. I appreciate it.
Of anyone's I know of the Jets creation. Yep, you are the best. And I wish we could get rid of this damn snow up here. I hate Vermont. And our Johnny's won yesterday. That was
They
good,
did.
huh?
Biggie's chance, baby.
Were you in what section were you sitting in? It's a good section.
Yeah, it was good. Had a good view of the action.
Oh, that's good. We won by 10. At least we won by 10. That's good. So we're going to be in the March. When does that exactly start? Next 2 weeks?
Selection Sunday is 2 weeks from today.
Yeah, so that's, let's see, today's the 2nd. So that makes it the 14th, right?
Now that makes it the
No,
16th.
no, not the 16th. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
We don't care
yeah.
about that Selection Sunday. The only Selection Sunday that mattered
Yeah,
was last week.
Yeah, that was fun.
How are you feeling
3 hours
about your region, Bobby? Now that the dust is settled, how are you feeling about the butter region?
Well, I think Mikey's going to take it, everything, all of it.
You think your brother's going to win the whole thing?
Yep.
He's my pick to win it all.
52 people took him, right? Yes,
Yeah, I think Mikey had more picks to win it all than any other.
I think he said 52. I think so. That'd be good for him. He's a good guy. Yep, he's a great guy.
I mean, look at this region, though. I mean, the matchups here are scintillating.
Yes, very scintillating.
You can feel the
I hope
stimulation, right?
Yeah. Well, Black Gypsy, I couldn't believe called him yesterday. That was unbelievable. I think
you're a big favorite in that one. Who do you have in the Craig versus Sarah matchup?
I got Sarah.
They're calling it the Battle Down Under.
Yeah, the Battle Down Under. Yes, that would be good.
I think Jets Johnny's going to beat Allen.
I got Allen over Jets Johnny. I'm sorry.
What about Scott in the hamburger?
I think I picked the hamburger.
Gary versus South Ash, your old arch nemesis.
Of course, Gary.
Yeah, I think Gary's going on a run.
Yeah, he is. Well, his calls are great. He's the one got me in better health. Which he still I got to see a nutritionist to get my blood work. So I'm working on that too. So I'm changing my life around now. Yep. So that will be good. And then tomorrow's matchup is what tomorrow morning? Forgot.
The JJ matchup. No, Robbie's on Tuesday.
Oh, Robbie's.
You know who's on tomorrow? Nick Shine's on tomorrow.
I really got JJ. I took JJ.
JJ versus June.
Yeah, I took JJ. I hope he doesn't bow out. I took JJ to win.
Also, can everyone hit the like button? We have how many people have voted?
Yeah, please.
524 voted, only 257 likes. The math is not mathing.
Okay, and after this show, come to see my show, The Legend of Bobby.
How long are you going to be on today? 7 hours?
I wasn't on 7 hours. I was only on 4 hours yesterday. 2 hours each.
I see.
I had 2 shows yesterday. Because I was being evil last night. I went up against somebody else's show that runs at 9 o'clock on a Saturday night. My brother has the same name as him.
The Mikey Midnight Show?
Well, you got Midnight Mike.
Midnight Mike?
Yeah. I was evil.
Bobby, you're allowed to go live at the same time as other YouTube shows.
Yeah, I was being evil because he got mad at me one time. I went against his show. He got mad at me. So.
Well, you have every right to do your show, whatever you feel like doing your show.
But no, I don't step on my friends like you, Nick Shine. I don't care.
I will say it again. You could go live whenever you want.
I know, but it does. No, Jake, I don't want to step over your toes. That's
You're not
different.
stepping on my toes. I have big toes.
On a long
I won't
show,
even feel
I
it. You could try and step on my toes. I won't even feel it. All right. I'm wearing metal boots.
No, I don't want to do that. I like to be the only thing that gave me a lot of views that time when we went against Christmas time. Remember when?
Who can forget that? That's when you lashed out at David T.
Yeah, that's when it started my periods. 2-month period I had. Shut up, Dave. I can't stand Santa Claus. Shut the fuck up, Santa Claus. You fucking eye. Oh, look at my eye. Oh, look at my eye.
You seem like you're in a good mood and ready to go for 20 more hours.
Hi, Bobby.
Hi, David.
Yeah. Oh, my God.
That was a crazy night. But I got most of my viewers that night. I had like 40-something viewers that night.
Yep. Hey, you got to go for the ratings, right?
But I don't want to step on my friend's feet. Okay, so I'm not doing that. And also,
I was going to kid around and say I'll never let you live it down, but no, it's all good. It was.
No, you're a great guy, David. I love you. You know I love you.
Yeah, I love you too, Bobby.
Yeah,
how's it going, David? Everything going well?
Who are you going against? Who's David going up against?
Dave's going against Coach Cho.
Oh, David has this mopped up in no time.
Hood region 215, great matchup.
Yeah, but he's gonna hands down. He's gonna win it, David. He's gonna.
And I have to tell you, Bobby. it was a tough decision between your brother and the lane train, but I have your brother winning it all.
Me too. Me too. Jake has him. I have him going up against Charles Gorman. That's who I have.
Yeah. Well, yes. That's yeah, they're as Jake would say, they're all heavy hitters.
Hey,
Yeah,
Mikey, are
Mikey.
you there? Mikey?
Oh, he's having trouble with his internet.
Uh-oh.
You had to
Mikey.
see it last night. Last night was horrible. He tried to get in last night only. Yeah, but his internet. When I get my money, I'm gonna get him a better computer. He
Mikey.
has the Chromebook that is the worst.
You're a great brother. You're a great brother, Bobby.
Because I love my brother, and he loves
Yeah,
me.
absolutely. I know. I hear you. I love my brother too, the way you love yours.
All right, well,
Yeah.
gentlemen, excellent job by both of you. You're both top seeds for a region. And Mikey, if you're out there, call back in. We'd love to hear from you as well.
Yeah,
It's time for ASMANIAC Madness. Who will cut the nets down as the top ASMANIAC for 2025? Some of you don't even care, but we do. Let's get to it.
Update on polling here. Let's check in. The show's going to wind down in just a bit, so last chance to vote. Johnny Boy has gained a point on Jason. He's up 53% to 47%. Over 538 votes have been cast. Hit the like button. There's only 269 likes. How could you vote and not like the video? Famous J has gifted a channel membership. Not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, but 5 channel memberships. Thank you, Famous J. You're in the raffle for 5.
We're the freaking New York Jets, so we're built for this shit.
If you want to support the channel, best way to do it is to gift a membership or join the Patreon, by the way. You get 10 memberships gifted when you sign up for the year, and you save 15%. Patreon.com/Jake Asman Show. The link to do it is in the description. It takes 30 seconds to sign up. Jeff P., Bobby Cruz, James Parent, Johnny Bobati, and Christopher G. are the 5 most recent Patreon members. They either signed up or upgraded their monthly to a yearly, and they received raffle entries. Famous J, your 5 entries went to listener CJ Crypto, Beheem Smith, Barry Beck, Underrated Darkness, K-Jack 11683. Man, what a matchup. All right, we got time for a few more calls. Ladies and gentlemen, I see him. Hopefully, we can hear him. It is Mikey time.
Hello, I'm Mikey. I'm Bobby's little bro. Have you seen Jake Graves? She's so beautiful. I love my boy Jake, but not in a gay way. I am so happy. I'm not gonna touch anything, I promise. Hey Jake, you hear me?
I hear you, Mikey.
Hey, you know what Jake is cooking? You know that song is saying to you? Start spreading the news. Mikey's in the tournament. He wants to be the king of it. Get top of the heap. Hey, #1. These little time tournaments, I want to climb to the top. So
Mikey! No, we lost him. He was singing Sinatra. Mikey Midnight. Now that is how you make an entrance. I think he's winning the whole thing. He was my pick. Mikey, you're the man. Can someone design me a Mikey Midnight emoji? Him wearing the suspenders? Oh, come on. That should be the next channel emoji. Let's go, Mikey.
Who's gonna be the best of the bunch? ASMANIAC Madness. You get to pick the ones that make the show walk.
The Yankees should play that rendition after games, by the way. What Mikey just gave us, they were a little frank. By the way, finally the Yankees recognizing how ridiculous it is to play New York after losses. They stopped doing that this year. No brainer. Mike D's nuts dropping a 5 spot for the people of Asmania. Mike, where is this coming from? You're the man.
These nuts.
I got 5 more names to read here. Ladies and gentlemen, from the great Mike D's Nuts, John Arogbo, Andrew Yale, Communication, Siebel, Jay Chucky. Let's go. Let's make March our biggest month ever. It's ASMANIAC Madness, free agency. We'll have some hope for the Jets because that's typically what happens. I'm excited. Austrian Jet fan says, Asmania will live forever. Austrian Jet fan, you're the man. I'm glad that you received your giveaway prize. And this week, you're going to be receiving another prize. Or it's going to be sent out this week. I don't know how long it's going to take. It actually didn't take as long as I thought, though, to send something to Austria. And today's show has basically covered the shipping to Austria, so we're good to go. Ladies and gentlemen, holy shit. Rick Kent, 20 memberships. Rick Kent wants himself a chance to win a Maynard helmet, a Revis helmet, a Curtis Martin helmet. Ladies and gentlemen, these 10 memberships are from Rick Kent.
Get your ass off my super chats. Some of these are gifted memberships too.
20 memberships. I said 10, 20. Strap on, baby. Here we go. 20 memberships from Rick. If you hear your name called, you thank Rick, Brian Kelly, Larry Thomas, Lorenzo Ramos, Julian Vasquez, Justin Heath, Voice of Reason, JS, Captain, Blitz XCV, Emusu Enrique 19, Jay Wiley, Professionally Certified Hater, Maurice Morales, James Falls, Gleddy, John, Aaron R., T. Rivera, Jet 107, all receiving channel memberships from the Rick Kent. All right, we're going to get back to your calls. Show is going to start to wind down. We got some one seeds on the line I want to get to, plus some great callers you don't typically call. Oh, my God. Helmet staying on. Strap in. 20 more memberships. Mike D's Nuts.
Bang! Thank you, Mike D's Nuts, for another gifted membership.
D's Nuts.
Oh, baby, you better believe it. Mike D's Nuts is exploding. D's Nuts. 20 more memberships have been gifted. Truth, AJ Driscoll, NY Cursor, Orb, GM, Red John, Michael Putham, Percy, Luis Carasquillo, Yosef Solif, Hulk Smash My Mom. What a name. Chris 75, Deladrian, Greg Knapp, former Jet coach, RIP. Chris 2485, Brian, Killo, Frank Charles, all receiving channel memberships. Good Lord. If only this helmet actually fit me. Wow. All right. This is unreal. One more time for Mike.
D's Nuts.
Incredible. Thank you all. Rick Kent, D's Nuts, back to back, belly to belly, Sterling style with the 40 memberships just like that. Unreal. All right. Let's get to more of your calls right now. I got to put my headset back on to actually be able to hear the callers. God. Give it up. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, the one seed in the train region is on the line. We say hello right now to the lane train.
Hi, how are you? Bruce Hall. That's good. Hello, Jake.
Hey, Lane, how are you?
Great. I have to tell you something. So, because I have the WhatsApp channel, like all my friends know that there's Lane Train calling into Jake Asman, and they also listen in. So I'm trying to get them on your show.
I love it. I want all friends of the lane train to be a part of the Asmaniac
Yeah,
community.
it's funny. People from karate already know me.
People from karate know you?
Yeah.
Wow.
There's the Lane Train. The reason why I really called in was because, you see, the bracket, I'm going up against 25. So do you think I'll win the most points?
Well, Lane, I can't predict what exactly is going to happen, but I can tell you this. A lot of people have you winning your opening round matchup and have you going really far.
No, I'm sorry. You were talking still?
I think a lot of people have you winning your first round matchup. Yes.
Yeah, because tomorrow, who's going up? JJ against, the guy in Jerusalem.
So JJ versus June is tomorrow. Your matchup won't be till a little bit later on in the
Is this
tournament
the
here.
second round or the first round? See, that's me.
First round. That
I
is
have
you.
more stuff I want to talk about also.
Hey,
Everybody
Lane, you look
saying,
so happy here.
yeah, I know.
Okay, I'm
Everybody
glad you know.
now, do you see the Jets possibly drafting? Was it Dixon?
Dixon?
Yeah,
Who's Dixon? I don't know his name.
Dixon. What's his last name? He's out of college. Hall. Dixon Hall.
Dixon Hall? What?
Yeah.
I'm actually not familiar with Dixon Hall. What position does he play?
QB.
So Dixon Hall,
In
quarterback.
QB. Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna have
Now,
to do some
if
scouting on him. Do you think that Dixon Hall would be a good pick by the Jets?
yeah, I just hope that I don't want to have like another repeat of last year because they were terrible with that in week 2 they just was terrible. Week 3, week 4, and all they only won like 2 games.
I'll tell you what, Lane. I want the Jets. I'm going to look into Dixon Hall, but your scouting acumen speaks for itself after what you
Yeah,
discovered with
and
Knoble
more
last year.
questions also. Everybody's saying you had John Grable on your show when you were away. Did you have any other guests on or just him?
Well, I had Dixon Hall's coach on the show, actually, come to think of it.
Did you wear a suit or just regular casual clothes, Jacob?
Yeah, regular casual clothes.
Did you have your hair combed or was it all bussy?
Well, I was wearing a hat, so my hair wasn't combed. Hey, Lane, let me ask you. Is it Dixon Hall, like Hall, or Dixon Hole, Hole?
Not Dixon Hall. That's what I meant.
Say it again, Hall or Hole?
Hole. Dixon Hole.
Hole?
Yeah.
Okay, and Dixon is spelled Dixon?
Yeah.
All right, Dixon Hole to the Jets. Let's start the campaign, people.
And anyway, everybody's saying that the Giants are rumoring to sign Aaron Rodgers. Is that correct, or they're just making it up?
Well, it's being rumored, and if he goes there, I'm sure he'll play great, so get ready.
Yeah, so how many other players do the Jets have to think about drafting because they need another quarterback if Rodgers is not going to come back?
Well, it all starts with Dixon Hole at 7, and if the Jets see him as a scheme fit, you got your quarterback locked up, and then you got to just add good players around him.
You're going to minicamp next year. I mean,
yeah,
there's too many players. I don't think all the Jets are going to out of training camp. I don't think you could fit everybody on the Jets. You're going to have to cut some, or they'll have other jobs.
I agree. I'm fascinated by Dixon Hole, Lane. I'm gonna really look into this for you.
Dixon Hole. It's like a made up name, believe it or not. It's almost like Knoble.
Yeah, but Knoble ended up being a great find by you. You were ahead of the curve.
Well, I did find that he got into an accident with his estranged girlfriend as a serial killer.
That's right.
I'm going into a house. And he's not in the hospital. He's alive. It's funny how you put me in a suit as in the draft. When it says the first pick goes to Knoble.
Yeah, if the Jets reach out and want you to announce a pick for Dixon Hole, would you do it?
Yeah, in the next round, in the 2022 draft pick, the pick goes to Knoble out of college. But I heard that Bobby had a tough time on Midnight Mike the other day. Is that right?
Apparently they competed with each other.
Yeah, Bobby Midnight was yelling. Some people don't like him on the show. I don't know why. I mean, I like him. He's a nice man.
I love Bobby. I think he's great.
Nobody said just not be rude to him. But, I do not want to have Beastbreaker on the Bobby Midnight. So,
hey, Lane, Repeat after me. With the 7th pick in the 2025 NFL Draft.
The 27th pick in the NFL Draft.
The New York Jets select.
The New York Jets select.
Dixon Hole.
Dixon Hole out of Arizona State.
Arizona State, really?
Yeah. What am I, a mind reader? Like, I know every player. But I have somebody else also I want to ask you. So, everybody's saying that they could sign maybe Cam Newton or Justin Fields. Do you sign Justin Fields or Cam Newton if you can't get Justin Fields?
This is the first I'm hearing about Cam Newton being an option.
Yeah. Talk about baseball season now. I can't believe it's baseball season.
It's draft season, Lane. Get ready.
Can't wait for the MLB draft.
MLB draft? What about the NFL draft?
We should talk about who's going to every MLB team out of
Okay.
college. I don't know who they're gonna. I don't know who the Yankees are gonna draft.
Lane?
It's different with the MLB draft. Yeah.
Lane, you're the man. All right, great call.
Yeah. Okay. Thank
I'm
you
excited
for.
to see how you do in the tournament. I
Thank
think
you
you're
for
going to go
taking
far.
my call. Yeah, I know. All right. So yeah, that's all I have to say. Thank you for taking my call.
Anytime, Lane.
Hi. Sorry, everybody. See you next call when we talk about sports again.
To the late trade. Lane reminded everyone why he's a 1 seed with that call. Speaking of 1 seeds, ladies and gentlemen, the only chance we have at matching a Lane train call is to go to someone that he might face in the national final of ASMANIAC Madness.
It's Chiefs fan.
Guess what? I'm still looking for a job, bitches.
It's Chiefs fan.
I'm just going to rub my hands together all day.
It's Chiefs fan.
There's a whole lot of DNA on this couch.
Let's hear it for Chiefs fan.
Look, it's my dead neighbor that I didn't kill.
Oh, what up, Jake?
How are you, Chiefs fan?
I'm good. Just counting down the days until next Thursday to see if they're gonna do surgery or not.
Look at that cast.
I'm just hoping everything goes well.
You sound depressed, Chiefs fan. We need some energy.
I was up late with my friends last night watching Yu-Gi-Oh and all that other stuff, but like I have some energy after I eat my lunch today. I made some.
How late were you open till?
1 a.m.
Wow.
Watching with the guys because they pulled me into a voice chat because I couldn't sleep.
Now, how are you watching with the guys?
We're watching on Twitch, and then we're in a voice chat on Discord. So
I see.
Yeah.
What did you think of Dixon Hole as an option for the Jets at 7?
Sounds like a sexual innuendo, but let's go for it.
No, Lane said Dixon Hole from Arizona State at 7.
Dixon Hole, giggity. Yeah, I'm hoping you guys do not trade up for the quarterback. I'm fearful, like every time you guys trade up, it just hasn't been worked out. But maybe this time it might work out. But if somehow Cam Ward falls to freaking 7, or 5, like you guys were talking about, like if a quarterback falls to 5, you guys were talking about a few shows ago. I remember what a Jaguars at, you can trade up. But at this point, I think you're going to sign Fields or someone else. I don't want you guys to get Carr. I don't want you guys to get Cousins. But if you guys have those, it's like you're just trading one bad vehicle for another. As they say, you're getting one lemon for another lemon if you get Carr or Cousins. As for me, do you know what day my match is going to be on? If you could update me, Jake.
I don't have the exact time just yet, but you could do some math here. You know, we're doing the
So
the
sometimes
Charles region right now.
So
You'll be
you're
the
gonna-
first matchup in the Hood region.
Are you
versus
doing?
Bijan.
Are you doing 2 matchups a day or just 1 matchup a day when you do
No,
your
two a day, Monday through Friday, and then 1 on Saturday,
So
1 on Sunday. But
Monday is 5 for Tuesday, Wednesday. Okay, so next Thursday I'll be able to be on the show again. If I'm not on the show when I'm getting my cast removed, I will just make a recorded video on the 13th.
you should just call in while you're getting your cast removed. That might score you some points.
No, my friend tried to call me when they were putting the cast on. It's like, put the phone away. We need to be fully attended to this.
Well, let me tell you, I'm going to update the people right now because we have our closest ever Asmaniac matchup. It is anyone's race with 5 minutes to go in the show. That's right. 608 votes. Johnny Boy has a narrow 51%, 49% lead over Jason in Jerusalem. Vote now. Cheats fan, would you like to give an endorsement that could potentially decide this matchup?
I mean, I'm all for the Jewish people, but Johnny's a family man, and I got to go for the family man.
You're a family man, Cheats fan.
Like, I don't have my family much to talk to me down here, but I built a family with you guys, and I think Johnny could teach on Charles if he keeps this stuff up.
Cheats fan, thank you for the time as always.
No problem.
It's Chiefs fan. Guess what? I'm still looking for a job, bitches. It's Chiefs fan. I'm just going to rub my hands together all day. It's Chiefs fan. There's a whole lot of DNA on this couch. Let's hear it for Chiefs fan. Look, it's my dead neighbor that I didn't kill.
Lane Kerner writes in Mike D's nuts. Now you might be saying, why is Lane talking about Mike D's nuts? Well, that's because Mike D's nuts has dropped another 5 memberships. Yeah.
These nuts.
Eli Samoti, Chris Quigley, Wyatt, Ronald Smith, Art Barr, all receiving memberships. Ladies and gentlemen, 617 votes are in. Johnny Boy's up 51% to 49%. A few calls left. But first, a huge thank you to another 5 spot from the Rick Kent. I'm adding raffle prizes to the Asmaniac raffle. Right now, the top 3 prizes include a signed Curtis Martin helmet, a signed Darrell Rivas helmet, a signed Don Maynard helmet. How about another 5 entries from the Rick Kent, Aaron Nathan, Louis Ray, Nanique, Captain K, Jet Set Fool 24, all receiving channel memberships from the Rick Kent.
Yeah, here we come, baby. Here we come. Here come the Jets, baby.
All right, a few calls left, then we wrap. We say hi to Party with Peg and Arty. What's up, Peg and Arty?
Hey, what's up, Jake? Hey, Jake.
I love it. The 4% shirt. That's awesome.
Yep. I love it. Peg wanted to
awesome.
represent the 4%. We didn't have many 4% callers today. Jake West not calling in such, so we just wanted to say hello. And, man, this tournament is absolutely something else. This
It's
is so
tight
close.
right now. Who'd you guys vote for?
To win it all?
Or in this matchup right now, I mean, I can't believe it's 51-49 with a couple minutes left on the show here.
Jake, you mentioned it earlier. We hate all politicians. Even though I love Johnny and I love his show at Snowball, I went with Jason in Jerusalem, and so did Peg.
Wow. Hey, I get it.
Only because of that.
When Arty first mentioned to me you were doing this, I said there's only one person deserving of the Asmaniac Award, and that is Lane.
Absolutely. If it wasn't for Mikey, Lane would run away with this thing. Dixon Hole, we gotta look into him for sure.
We gotta get him. We need a quarterback. Dixon Hole sounds like he could be the franchise guy.
I just hope they trade down for him. I don't want him to trade up for Dixon Hole. Trade down, and so we get some more picks.
I love that. I'm with you. I mean, Lane's got a pretty good track record with this. I mean, he basically manifested Travis Hunter being this 2-way generational prospect.
Yeah, for sure. I know we're far off on all this other stuff, Jake, but really, we got a good year coming up. Hopefully, when we do a meetup, hopefully it's in New Orleans. New Orleans is Peg and I's second home.
Yes, please.
And it's a great place for something like that to take place.
It
and
is.
we're also avid cruisers. So we've been on about 25, 30 cruises. So we are definitely down for that when the time comes.
I love it. Well, I'll tell you what, I have I have talks with the cruise people this week, trying to put something together that makes sense for everyone. So that is definitely something we're looking into. And then as far as the road game meetup, I mean, I had never been to New Orleans until last month, Super Bowl week. I loved it. So I think it'd be a great city to do.
It's an awesome place.
Game. Yep.
And the venue itself is unbelievable for a football game. It is so loud in there you can't hear or talk to the person next to you. I mean, it's that crazy.
I'm in. I think it all depends on the date for something like that, if it works for people. But it's definitely on the short list of options for us for sure.
Well, we definitely didn't make any travel plans for next year also, because if the event that we can't all get together, me and Peg are going to fly up to Jersey, and we're going to do an Asmaniac meetup at the air conditioner.
Love it. I can't wait. I can't wait to see you guys in person. It's going to be a blast. Is that an AG jersey you're wearing, Arty?
Yep.
Love it. Looks great. Looks great.
I'm all in, man. I'm all in. Trade up. Get this guy. I don't care what it takes. They have no track record drafting people. There's no reason not to take a shot if this is what they think they need to do. Trade up. I don't care about next year or whatever. Just do it.
Arty's ready. Peg's rocking the 4% shirt. Let's go.
We're the freaking New York Jets, so we're built for this shit.
AG jersey. I have an AG jersey. I haven't worn it on the show yet. I love it. What a show this has been, huh? We got time for one last caller, then we're going to close voting. We're going to see who wins. Last chance to vote. We have never had a matchup this close. To be fair, it's only the second ever matchup we've had. I want to give a shout out to the entire committee, though. Boomtown, Tom, Rich, Gator, Sham, Nick Shine. 8-9 matchup is supposed to be tight. You can't have a closer matchup than 51-49. Great job by the committee. Taylor is up next and perhaps our last caller. Hello, Taylor.
Hey, Jake. I just want to call in real quick. I wanted to ask, when did you start these shows? In 2020?
I would say like this version of the show where it was like a live show started in mid-January 21 when the Jets hired Saleh.
Okay. I remember being in high school and I graduated in 2021 and I was always looking for like a Jet show like this. And I used to watch Jet Central, but he didn't like live. It was obviously his videos. And then I remember I was driving. I just started college, community college. Now I'm going to be a grad student next year. And I just found your show. And I think 2021, it must have been on the Robert Saleh hiring or something like that.
Yeah, that's exactly when it was. So I had a YouTube channel already, and I would just post clips from my national radio show I was hosting for SB Nation Radio. And I noticed anytime I posted a Jet segment, it would get more views. And then I saw there were other people that were just doing only Jets on YouTube. And I'm like, well, I could do this. Like my hours at the time were 8 to 10 a.m. Central, and I had the whole rest of the day to do nothing. So, and it was COVID, so nothing was going on. So I was like, let me start a Jet show. And the rest is history.
Yeah, I mean, I think you were the first person to really start this brilliant idea with the super chats, really cutting in line and like getting it, like you looking at the comments and stuff like that, right?
And we try to make the most interactive Jet show possible. And years later, we have an actual March Madness themed tournament about the callers who call into a Jet show.
Yeah, it's really unreal, man. I just want to say I've been a big fan of the show. I've never called in before, but I've been watching since 2021.
Wow, Taylor, what took so long, man? You could have been in this tournament.
I know. What's funny is like I started watching when I was back home, and now I'm gonna become a pharmacist in 5 years. So it's pretty awesome. I've been watching forever. What happens? I work a ton of hours, so like what I usually do, I like listening to your show. So I wait to record, and then like at night when I'm working and I'm cleaning and it's boring, I put your show on, and it's so entertaining to listen to.
Well, thank you, man. I'll tell you what. Do me a favor. Email me your dress and T-shirt size. I want to send you some merch for being such a long-time fan.
Oh, thank you. I really appreciate that, man. I will. Where's
Awesome.
your email again?
AsmanJake@gmail. Are you Taylor Sterling in the chat, or is that a different Taylor?
No. That's someone different. Different.
I just wanted to make sure.
Great call,
Taylor.
It's like Taylor, and my last name starts with M. You're something. Yeah.
All right. I'll look for your comments now going forward. I appreciate you calling in, though. That's awesome.
Yeah, of course. Well, I just want to say that it's been a long time fan. This is my first time calling. I don't get to call in much because I'm always working. So I Just want to say hello and tell you the lore. But yeah,
I love it. Taylor, thank you so much, man. Send me that address, and we'll get you some merch sent out this week. Johnny Boy with perhaps the last super chat. Vote for Johnny Boy, a friend of the show, a friend of yours. Vote Johnny Boy. Campaigning to the bitter end. Now, I got some super chats I missed during the Lane call. Dixon writes in, Lane, I'm glad you like my cousin. Dixon Yas. Dixon Hole, however, out of Arizona State, quarterback prospect to watch for the Jets at 7, according to the Lane train. Julian Vasquez. My guy, Rick Kent with the clutch. What's your take on some of the quarterbacks during the combine? Does Glenn Muji start the regime with a Sanders trade-up? Sanders trade-up would surprise me, Julian. Cam Ward's the only quarterback I could see them moving up for. And to be honest, I didn't watch the quarterbacks yesterday. I saw some of the highlights. I'm not into the combine. Like, I know I did my show from the combine, but I'm more into the, the broadcasting from there, getting interviews, hearing rumors, That excites me more than, like, these guys working out in underwear. Tyrone with a $10 super chat. I think the Jets should pass on trading picks for a quarterback and build back the defense and offense, which was set with Rodgers and Adams, but they have a lot of building to do now. Good luck, 2025 Jets. Fair take, Tyrone, unless you love the quarterback, you're not trading up. You're not. You have to be sure this guy's going to be a franchise quarterback if you're going to make that move. Period. I would still personally be surprised if the Jets traded all the way up to 1 or 2. Not saying it can't happen, but I'd be surprised. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm supposed to end the show. I have lunch plans with my family, but I can't end the show. It's 50-50 right now. No way. It is 50-50 in Asmaniac Madness. I don't know what the tiebreaker is. I stay on. All right, I'm going to come up with a rule on the spot. I need the committee to help me out. Do we set like a timer of like 1 minute exactly? And then after the timer is up, we declare a winner. Like, what's overtime in Asmaniac Madness? God. I thought Johnny had it wrapped. It was 53-47. Now it's 50-50. Your vote matters if you're tuning in. Unreal. God, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. This is unreal. Gator says it can't be 50-50. It has to break down to exact numbers somewhere. I don't have the exact numbers, though, Gator. YouTube doesn't list it. I don't know if you've ever done a poll on the live stream, but all I could see is 50-50 with 662 votes. God, this has never happened before. 50-50. All right, here's what I'm going to do. I need a declared winner. I can't see who voted for what. I don't have those options available. When I end it, it might show me like the exact number. YouTube will know the exact breakdown and who had the higher percentage. Yeah, but I can't. I mean, you know what? If YouTube's going to tell me, I'm going to end the poll and just see the total votes. That's the only way. That's the only way to do this. Only way to do this. You guys are right. All right, here we go. I'm going to end this poll in. Let's be fair about this. All right. We're going to end the poll right now. I'm going to put 30 seconds up on the clock because there's a delay for those of you who are watching on YouTube, which is everyone. 30 seconds. The poll will close. When this timer goes off, poll closes. If you're watching this, you have 30 seconds. Now 20 seconds. Here we go. Make sure to vote. If you haven't voted, your vote matters more so than we ever could have anticipated. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Timer. There it is. And stop. End poll. Let's see what we got. The official total. Wow. Oh. Poll complete. 600. Oh my God. Wow. All right, here we go. The winner. Johnny Boy, 50%. Jason in Jerusalem, 49%. 671 votes. I'm going to put a screenshot up in the chat for everyone to see exactly what I see in the chat. Johnny Boy takes it. He joins us now. Johnny Boy, that was one of the closest battles we may ever get in this tournament. How you feeling? You have officially moved on to the round of 32.
Feels great. Jason, it was awesome, man. I appreciate everything you do for the Jake Asman show, but we're on to the next round. We're waiting now for Charles and his opponent that he's going to face, but I want to give a big shout out to everybody that voted today. This was awesome. I appreciate you guys being able to go ahead and vote for me. I know this is considered an upset, but let's be honest, right? We knew what time it was. And I want to thank the entire campaign team itself, starting with ISU, the little boss, Miss ISU. Want to go ahead and thanks to E Boogie, Gizmo, Clancy, Jay, and Rick as well. Appreciate everything you guys are doing. We are not going to stop. This has to continue to keep going, and we're ready, man. We're on to the next round. Let's go. Keep
Jason in Jerusalem joins us now. Jason, congrats on a hard-fought battle. I mean, this was an epic comeback. At one point, seeing it 50-50, not knowing what to do. Thank God that we were able to get a clear winner according to YouTube. But what a battle by you!
Oh wow, that's something. Thank you for Asmaniacs who voted for me and showed their support. Obviously, I logged out for a little bit. It's nice to know that I was able to come back on and
it came down to a
give
vote.
my hat to the. What was that?
It came down to a vote.
One vote.
One vote. Someone just did the math here. There's 671 votes. Somehow we're missing 1% of the vote. I don't know how that works, but this is what YouTube is saying.
Oh man, if only I politicked more or send it out to some of my friends or something to come on and vote today, but I chose not to, and
I didn't.
It wasn't meant to be. Okay, good luck against Gorman. Rooting for you.
336 Johnny, 335 Jason. John did the math. If this is true, it literally was decided over one vote.
It is what it is. We do the best, and it's out of our hands. So, thank you to everybody who voted for me, and us maniacs keep running wild.
Your vote counts. Tom Ace said it best. This should show you your vote counts. If you didn't vote, shame on you. Jason's going home because you didn't vote. If you just thought he was going to win, he didn't need your help.
Hey, this was awesome, man, and it's. I mean,
bravo
Tom
to
Ace,
both of
you're
you.
right.
Bravo to both of you.
Every vote does count, and continue to keep voting. This is just the beginning. Let's see what we can do. More upsets to come. Itself, Charles. Just know I'm coming after you. Right? Who's he facing again?
He won.
Charles won already.
Charles won.
Oh, so I'm coming after Charles. My bad. Charles, just know I'm coming after you, dude. So it is what it is. But guys,
our first round of 32 matchup is set. It will be Johnny Boy versus the #1 overall seed in the Chicken Soup region, Charles Gorman.
That's what happens,
Johnny Boy.
That's what happens when you try to take some low blows at the god. You know what I mean? You can't do that, man.
Oh, it wasn't low blows. You insulted your voters. That's why it was closer than you expected.
Whoa, trash
they
talking
saw
to the
through
end.
that, buddy.
Yeah.
It's time for Asmaniac Madness. Who will cut the nets down as the top Asmaniac for 2025? Some of you don't even care, but we do. Let's get to it.
This tournament is going to be special, folks. Are you kidding me? Look how close this was. In 8-9. Great showing by Jason. One vote decided this thing. Mr. Big Skins, my bracket's still alive. Who still has a perfect bracket? I don't even know if I do. I think I might have had Jason. I thought the campaigning by Johnny was going to backfire. Dan writes in, dude, I hate how invested I am in all this. I actually got nervous when the poll ended. We got the best listeners, man. Thank you to everyone who tuned in today. What a show. This was so much fun. We're back tomorrow. 2 shows. One in the 10 a.m. hour, one likely in the 4 p.m. hour. Our next Asmaniac tournament matchup is JJ versus June in the 5-12 in the Chicken Soup region. Wow. Unbelievable. All I could base it off of is the poll results here. 671 votes. It really came down to the bitter end. Unbelievable. Thank you to everyone for making this tournament so special. Madness. They don't call it Asmaniac Madness for nothing. Again, thank you all. JETS, Jets. Enjoy the day today. We'll be back tomorrow as Maniac Madness continues. And once again, congrats to Johnny Boy on advancing past Jason, who fought as hard as you could fight. It will be Gorman and Johnny Boy in our first round of 32 matchup in the tournament. Go Jets, everyone. Have a great day. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.
Yes.
Oh!